Okay, we are here to review Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. This is a reboot of the Resident Evil film series, of course, and stars Robbie Amell as Chris Redfield and the girl from the Maze Runner. I think her name was Tiffany in that movie. She plays Claire Redfield. The plot of this movie is Bravo team goes missing in the Arklay Mountains, and Chris, Jill, Brad, and Wesker are sent out to check it out. Back at the RPD, you have Leon, Claire, and Chief Irons must make their way to Spencer Mansion, where Alpha Team went to get to the helicopter. But things also take weird turns. But also at the same time, you have William Birkin trying to get him and his family out of town as quick as possible. But of course, they run into trouble along the way. This took 19 years, but we got a faithful adaptation of Resident Evil. Granted, it's based off 1 and 2, but I will take it over the Alice Incorporated movies, even though I own those too. But still, I wanted a full-fledged adaptation. We didn't get that much of an adaptation. This is like loosely based, but it's a lot better than what we had. It is lower budgeted. The movie is only $25 million. For some reason, they scaled the budget back, unfortunately. So some of the effects, I'm gonna talk about this now, does hurt the film. I did see the finished product. I did see the post-credit scene. There wasn't a post-credit scene in my screening, so the fact that they have one here, I like that. The CGI could have been a little bit better. They could have gave them $30 million. Think about this. Back in 2008, Cloverfield was $30 million, and look how good that looked. $5 extra million, this movie could have looked a little bit better in spots. Especially where the spots it needed to look good. But other than that, one negative, pretty much the positives for me, the cast is okay. I was fine with Leon Kennedy. I'm not really a fan of Leon Kennedy. My go-to is Jill and Chris. They're the OGs, of course. So Leon, he's kind of a bumbling idiot in this movie. He does get a little bit of redemption in this movie as well, but he's not the confident Leon that we know from Resident Evil 4, technically. So that takes like 6 more years for him to build that confidence. So I'm kind of glad he was kind of green in the grass a little bit, Chief Irons was all right. I mean, I didn't see Chief Irons lasting as long as he did in this movie, but he did a little bit. It's not the same Chief Irons from Resident Evil 2, so don't get that twisted. These characters are like loosely based characters. The most faithful, I would say, is Chris, to be honest with you. The action is pretty good. The movie really does take its time setting stuff up. So there's not much zombie action into it, but when it gets there, it's pretty well done for the most part. Some things are in reverse in this movie. I can't really spoil into what is in reverse, but let's just say things happen in the game, happen here, but not as they do in the game. They are out of order, so to speak. I will leave that at that and let you go watch it and see for yourself. You'll see what I'm talking about, even though one of them is giving away dead rights in the trailer, unfortunately. But it's nice to see the completed scene as it played out, because when that happened, it was real, and then it turned into a on-set digital effect, and we had to use our imaginations. So now I'm going to see the full product released. Better. Better. Including the ending, which, how do I say, won't set up Nemesis, really. It's going in another direction of another game in the franchise that I won't spoil here, because I know it's coming. There's a little bit of Easter eggs about that game throughout the movie, which is, for whatever reason, also in the trailer too. So that was one of them is kind of spoiled for you. but we're going in that direction, it seems like, which I don't mind. I mean, we got Nemesis for the most part in Apocalypse, even though I don't like that ending. I don't like the fight scene between him and Alice. That was stupid. But that was a pretty faithful adaptation of Nemesis, so if they do bring him in, he's probably going to be like a side piece in the next movie. William Birkin is what I wanted to talk about here. He's played by Neil McDonough. Neil McDonough plays villains all the time, so him being William Birkin here is no surprise. But when he finally actually, exceeds his transformation, as you see in the trailer, it's pretty dope. It's not much difference than the screening adaptation I've seen. His eyes are still red. I just now can see the full effect instead of, using my head to figure what he looked like. That's pretty much all I can say about that. But I do like him in this movie. Even the cameo appearance by somebody in Resident Evil 2 is actually in here too. So that was actually kind of freaking sweet. So this is probably the most faithful adaptation we're ever going to get in Resident Evil, and I will take it. I'm going to give Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City a B+. I really did enjoy this movie. I enjoyed it back in July when I watched it the first time. Now actually going to pay money to go see it, it was better the second time around as well. So let me know what you guys think about Welcome to Raccoon City down below. I almost said Operation Raccoon City. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Is this your favorite adaptation so far from Resident Evil, or do you like the Milla Jovovich ones the most? Let me know down below. I will catch y'all on the flip side.